What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Unless you're new here, welcome to the channel. So in today's installment of, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but we're going to keep doing it until it looks cool anyway. We're doing some paint work on the LS here for Cousin Eddie. Finally, it's been about a month, I finally decided on an accent color, and that's VHT Burnt Copper. I love it. I think that color is going to look incredible on this car. So, as you can tell, I've already got the block done, the timing chain cover done, the engine cover done, the harmonic balancer. I'm not sure that I'm going to keep the oil pan. I'm told it will fit. I'm told it won't fit. So, I'm waiting on my motor mounts. As soon as they show up, we're going to try to drop the engine in the cradle and see if it fits. And if it will clear with the truck pan, I'm going to go ahead and take the pan off and clean it up real nice and paint it. I'm not painting the heads because I like the look of aluminum heads. But today, we're going to be doing the valve covers. Right there and right there. So, let's have a look-see. They're pretty crusty. They got the caca all over them. But I've already went and got the bolts out. So now we're going to pop these off, and the weapon of choice is just to drill with a wire wheel. This is a very, crude way of doing it, but seeing as I don't have another option, I have parts cleaner, I don't have access to a sandblaster or any of that stupid shit, so this works just fine. It just takes a little longer, but it gives you the same result. And after I get done chasing it with the, hopefully you don't poke your eye out wheel, I'm going to take red Scotch-Brite and just kind of scuff the surface a little bit, and then we'll get to taping and all that fun. Okay, welcome back to Arts and Crafts with Uncle Dum Dum. Our wire wheel did a pretty decent job of knocking all the big shit off. As you can tell, there's still some, like right there, that it didn't get very well. And in here, just a bunch of the small tight spaces. But it knocks off the big shit in a hurry. So I'm not worried about that. And all these scratches you can see, once I hit this with that Scotch-Brite, they're going to be gone. So these hopefully would just be a temporary valve cover anyway. I want to buy some nice billet ones, but it's just not in the budget right now. I don't know what it is about this motor, but every time I start working on it, can you hear it? It goddamn rains. So I got all of the grease wire wheeled off the valve covers, and I just got ready to start scuffing with the Scotch-Brite so I can prime them, and it starts raining. So now I'm waiting for this shit to pass so I can get back to work. So as soon as it's done raining, obviously you guys know I'll be back. Okay guys, it's literally been like 40 seconds. It's Utah weather. So let's get back to work, shall we? Sit you up here. Okay, now that's Scotch-Brite. Now with Scotch-Brite, don't get aggressive. It takes very little pressure. You just want to scuff it just to kind of even the surface out a little bit and give the whatever it is that you're using, the primer, the paint, whatever, something to hold on to. Just real quick, a little scuffy scuff. I'm not trying to turn this into chrome by any means. Again, we're just trying to knock the shit off of it, trying to flatten out the surface, because these are aluminum, so it mars really, really easily. Still sprinkling a little bit, but I think it'll be fine. Besides, I just really want to paint these today, so I'm going to deal with the weather, especially since I don't have a shop or a garage to do this shit in. So we're stuck dealing with the weather, with, you know, whatever it brings. Whether it's so damn hot, we heat stroke, because we did that 2 days ago. I did that 2 days ago. 3 days ago. Sorry, 3 days ago. Or whether it's just, you know, so stupidly cold that we can't paint. Whatever the weather brings, that's what we have to deal with. So we do the best we can with the time that we can be outside. Obviously, a little bit more right here. That one is ready to be primed. Now I'll get the other one out. Do the exact same thing, Scotch-Brite, you know, quick little scuffy scuff. I'll be back when it's time to primer. Now there was a few places that I could not get with the wire wheel or the Scotch-Brite. So what we're going to do is take this little guy, see, like in right here, and then just push that shit right out of there. And then when I do my cleaning before I prime it, see, going, I'll just put a little bit of, you know, extra attention into right here where we're cleaning this shit out, just to make sure that all the loose stuff is gone, so the primer sticks right there, because we want the primer to stick. Got a few spaces here, but considering how long it would have taken me to do both of these valve covers completely by hand, I'll take that wire wheel anytime until I can come up with a better solution to this little issue I have with parts cleaning and being outside. We're just doing what we can. So I'm gonna finish getting all these little nooks and crannies and crevices and all that shit cleaned out. Then we'll set them up. and you guys up a little taller, we're going to tape off these little vent hose nipples and start spraying. Alright guys, we're back. It's time to primer, and I'm kind of an idiot, as I've stated in most of my videos. So last time I was at Walmart, I thought I bought 2 cans of primer. What I bought was satin granite paint and primer, because I'm an idiot. Anyway, it's gonna work. We have our nipples masked off. Time for some shooting. The hell is that? You see that shit? Now I have to wait till it dries. I'll fish that goddamn thing out of there and reshoot it. This, I want to replicate the same paint scheme here. So, wish me luck. This is going to be a giant pain in the ass, but at least the sun's back, so that should help the paint cure a little quicker. Should. So, while we're sitting here waiting for paint to dry, what my plan is, I don't know whether it's going to work or not, but the plan is, I've got some 1/8 inch fine line tape, and I'm going to tape off inside these grooves, and then let everything on the upside protrude. So just inside those little grooves will be painted black. And I'll tape off the bolts, obviously, too, because I want the bolts to be black. But should make these things look way better and match with the whole picture here. Now keep in mind, I started painting from the bottom of the block and I'm working my way up, so I got to buy a new water pump. Well, I got to buy a whole new accessory drive, from what I understand. So most of my brackets I'll end up painting either black or the copper. Like I said, I'm not painting the heads. I have to pull the intake and the throttle body and all that other shit off, because I need to convert the throttle body to a cable. So it's got to come off. The intake I'll take off and probably just clean it up real nice. The fuel rails, I have to pull. Here, look, just a wet finger. So I just need to give them a little bath. But considering, you know, this motor's been sitting in a junkyard for 5 years, and then it sat in the guy's yard for probably 5 years before that, it looks pretty good. Okay, as you saw with the first coat down, it looks thick, but it's not. It's really thin coat. We're going to give this about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes to flash, and then we're going to lay another coat. Time for coat number 2. Now we'll give it about, based on the ambient temperature today, we'll give it about 5 minutes and I'll start pulling tape and we'll get them bolted back. Okay, time has come to demask this and hope we did it right. Got a pick, that's what I'm going to use to pull the tape up with. That way I don't get my fingerprints all over shit. Let's have a look. They're not perfect by any means, but I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, compared to what they look like when I pulled them out of the junkyard, I'm 100% happy with what they look like now. Let's get them thrown on, and I'll get you a little pan around of the whole look. Goddamn Utah weather. Striking again. It's starting to rain. Luckily, we just finished. Let's pan you around this thing and show you what it looks like. Well, here, let's grab one of these. Just loosely kind of set it in place here. So you're not going to see much of them anyway, but that valve cover looks so good. Look at this. Yep. Completely happy with how this thing's coming out, man. Could not be happier with the results. I mean, if I was, you know, a professional painter, or this was like a brand new motor, it would be, I would put a lot more stress into what it looks like. But dude, I don't even know how many miles are on this damn thing. It came out of a junkyard. The gauge cluster did not work, but it did start and run, and there was no warning lights, there was no check engine light. It purrs like a kitten, so it looks as good as it runs, and I'm completely happy with that. Now that deserves to have that motor. It's a whole nother question, but that's the motor it's going to get, and it's going to be, should be a pretty good ripper. We're going to go ahead and end this video here. So thanks for sticking around. Hopefully you'll come back, or you've watched some other videos on the channel. If not, go check a few of them out. We got some pretty good stuff over here. We're going to go ahead and, as I said, end it here, because it looks like this rain might actually stick around for a while. And to get that covered up, push back over there, get the tarp put back on. Remember guys, your dreams don't work unless you do.